his hometown, and he had just paid $5,000 American.
Yeah.
Um, and apparently, even though it is historically a one-sided relationship, he has promoted.
This shit sounds super generic.
A lot, especially the history of the WWE/WWF that he and a lot of us grew up with. He's released 3 projects this year that all have had.
I'm gonna reverse it. I'm gonna time stretch it like that much.
As the album covers. And apparently he's not doing that anymore. He, after he got kicked out of his last show, he changed the last cover.
Something I like about Fruity Loops is the stereo delay shit. This shit is cool, man.
His indie company.
Gives it like more width. That looks like that. I'm gonna go over here, click on the box cutter thing. I'm gonna right click down to drag that out.
Details here that I'm still trying to find.
And then
but I haven't been able to
click on the 2.
I cannot find any reason why he was kicked out of this
split by channel
show.
Just did that to all of them. I want this bell thing right here.
Does
I'm gonna
not
put
have
like this.
a lot of history of
I'm gonna
kicking
get rid of
people
all
out of
these
the
guys.
front row, especially.
And then I'm gonna go
Those are very expensive seats.
From there, I'm gonna just keep adding this fucking bell thing.
Clip of it too. Like
bell thing.
He's saying in the clip,
bell thing.
Getting kicked out for nothing, but like
bell thing.
that
I'm
seems
gonna
like
go
a really
to the
huge
mixer
deal
track
and
that the bell thing was on. Right, the bell thing was on a mixer.
WWE,
Yeah, he's on
especially
the
in its
1.
current
Okay, the phone fell.
1, 2. Like it seems like that.
I'm still recording. If you're wondering, my tripod setup, it's a Digitact and this. I don't really like the Digitact too. I like the sequencer, but it's I don't know, man. I spent way too much money on some shit I don't use. If you would like to buy it, it's in pretty good condition. I don't really actually play it. Just put this fucking thing on top of it. Lean over. Alright, it's kind of in the frame. We're good to go. So I'm gonna automate this. And what's gonna happen is,
and if there's any
it's gonna be down, and then it's gonna come in.
I guess
if
there's any
coming right here,
people can provide our information if people.
And then it's gonna go down again. I don't know. Maybe I'll keep it up. We're gonna see what that sounds like.
An article right now, so much where everything is.
That sounds cool. I'll probably do it this many times in sequence. I'll do it every 4th measure.
Back in the day. I wrote for like they had like an
every other bar or every bar then other bar. I'll do it like that. So it's like that. Now I'm gonna do the part that I like to do. I don't really like doing the melody and shit because I just make super fucking generic melodies on Fruity Loops. You can get more extensive with them if you're really good at theory or if you want to do the shit with the effects. A lot of like really lame, like if you're a low tier producer like myself when it comes to computer producing, you're going to rely on the effects more than you're actually going to rely on theory. That's the reality of the situation. I see so many producers just like, all right, fuck it, we got 4 notes that repeat, and then we're going to throw effects on it. I'm not like super different from them. It's just I'm lazy, and I don't know a shitload of theory. I know a little, like the tiniest bit of theory.
Doing in the seat? So like, did he have a weird sound? Like, I need more information. I got a kick already. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me.
That's a cool snare. It's super short decay. I like the clap.
As he reminded us in a post over the weekend, successful entrepreneur.
I'm just randomly going through drum kits to find shit.
Pro wrestling for most of his career, and usually WWF/E. He's referenced and sampled wrestling in his lyrics, and on album covers showed up in primo seats at tons of televised shows and major events, and he even launched his own promotion for pro wrestling.
Put the hats together.
Gunn hasn't always had WWE's blessing to use their intellectual property in his work, however. That resulted in
That's cool. I like it. I like the pitch down, or I like open hats. I don't know what it is about them, but I just fucking really like open hats.
Griselda Records post
So
takedown notices issued by WWE
we
against
start with the
Westside
2-step.
And that is for these takedown notices.
God damn, that hat has low and it's sharp as fuck. It sounds angry. Another thing too is I'm gonna go double click right there. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna right click on this guy, and then I'm gonna go to channel routing. And now I have them all in the mixer, and it goes down like linearly. So let's have one. So I did that intentionally, like the leads on the top, so that way it doesn't fuck up the mixing, so I can not be a good music theory guy and be a lame ass and use knockoff gross beat that costs more than gross beat because gross beat is fucking free with the free loops. So I got this really aggressive hi-hat with so much fucking low end. Listen to the difference, I don't know if you can tell.
And I know that he's got an album
cover.
That's just like
more hi-hatty.
Sid Vicious. It's just a photo of Sid Vicious from a WWE match with a very well lit ring. And you can tell it's like a WWE corporate owned photograph. And Sid Vicious is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. And in the spirit of like loving wrestling, in the spirit of hip hop, just taking that photo and making it your album cover, I fuck with, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it like that. Just pull the hi-hat back a little bit. It's the sort of
thing that you can really only get away with.
So we got this two-step. I hate the color scheme because it makes it hard to see shit now. I don't know if I did that or if Fruit Loops changed the color scheme. I think I did that shit.
But I feel like
alright, so whatever.
They're reaching a level of notoriety where they're not. We're like doing stuff like that, like taking.
This is what a lot of people did. This was like the XL Tour Life thing. It's probably been done way before XL Tour Life, but they have that flange hi-hat. And this is one way to achieve something similar to that.
At some point, it becomes like courting them to tell you to take it down. Because the like.
So she go.
When it comes to shit like photographs or shit like
you want to program
matches
your
or
drums
whatever,
against the melody or in a supporting role.
Owns it.
So I'm gonna go
but the
right
rights to all that shit is very complicated, right? Like, if it's a photo, let's say it's that photo with Sid Vicious that was on Westside Gunn's album cover. So WWE owns the photograph, but we don't know what kind of deals WWE has with whoever took the photograph. Like, they might need to be consulted, or we don't know what their deal was.
You can't tell, but if you listen to headphones, you'll be able to tell that this went left to right. It's right to left, I think, and the way I did it.
Who has had a very...
I can't even tell I'm wearing headphones, and I can't tell. If I pronounce it more, I'd be able to tell, but
he had a very...
that guy stuck like that.
Combative relationship
as best I can.
So we don't know what his status with the company was, or what rights he had given or had sold to them. And also, now that he's passed away, we don't know what the estate's involvement is in terms of who has to sign off on this. And it's not necessarily about.
I should have done this before I copied and pasted, so now I gotta do it like this.
Not like they're dropping an album or something and going taking away listens. If anything, RB control people.
And I'm not really doing it super strictly based on percent. I'm just making it like more human.
But before you can get to that point, like there's legal issues. Like there's legal issues. Like there's like if you take somebody's intellectual property and apply it to your property, your intellectual property, without permission, you're opening yourself up to legal concerns. And again, what I'm saying
it'll
is,
probably, I don't know if I want to transition with the hat from the intro into the verse with the hat. I don't know what that sounds like, so we're gonna see what that sounds like because I programmed the hat by listening to the music.
That like, yeah, Westside Gunn might like this photo and want to use it. That doesn't mean that WWE is even in a position to be like, yeah, you can do this.
Yeah, what I would probably do is take the guy out so the hat comes in and brings the energy back.
I'm just saying when it comes to
I would just do a kick program right there,
especially
WWE
becoming more corporate, they often like they don't have a choice if something like this comes to their attention because of how it opens them up to litigation. Is what I'm saying. It's not. I don't think it's necessarily a matter of right and wrong. It's just there becomes a point where if it's corporate, it's like automatic. Like that's just how it goes. And I feel like Westside Gunn knows that. And like I said, it's a very hip hop thing to do. It's just like sampling. You want to rap over some shit you fucking rap over. that's the spirit of hip hop. But sometimes you got to go to court. Sometimes you get sued. Sometimes it's a cease and desist. There's a risk you take being that hip hop while having that much notoriety. That's why people spend thousands and thousands of dollars to clear samples, because it puts your product in a position where somebody else can be like, no, we don't want that, take it down. And then suddenly you're fucked and not able to sell your product. You know what I'm saying? So like he wasn't going to be able to keep doing that forever is my entire point. So I don't know. I think that's something to keep in mind in all of this as well.
I'm back here. I'm putting this bitch there.
Gunn has always had WWE's blessing to use their intellectual property, his works, legal letters.
I don't know what that's gonna sound like with the bass line, so we're gonna look for the bass on the two. We're gonna go here.
Like that.
And that's not it.
Alright, so what we're gonna do?
Push play while it's on pattern and scroll up.
Confirm how they could decide that was the reason. Like, I don't necessarily understand how his promotion of WWE or using their intellectual property
sounds like in context.
Get him
kicked
out of the show.
We're gonna click back here.
Somebody's gotta draw that line, make that connection for me in a way that makes sense, or else it's just seems predatory. It seems like almost illegal. I mean, certainly fucked up.
What I'm gonna do is
it's just weird.
I'm gonna go into this one right here. I'm gonna take this area right here, the 24th to the 29th measure. I'm gonna go into the Serum 2, which is the pattern that I have, and then I'm gonna go to the instrument I want to program.
So what does that have to do with anything?
It's gonna be the 808 Destroyed, and then I'm gonna figure out some shit that sounds good. I don't know, staccato rarely, but I want to see if it does.
The first in April had a picture of WWE Hall of Famer $10 million Manny DiBiase on it, and the August follow-up featured DiBiase's bodyguard Virgil. Third was to have both wrestling legends, but recent promotion for Heels Have Eyes 3 and New York City's Times Square to another takedown notice. And so that's this. And see, this is kind of what I'm talking about. Like, so Westside Gunn obviously had the dough to pay for this Times Square promotion of his album cover that had Ted DiBiase and Virgil. But I'm saying, this is bold as fuck. Like, this is not like the spirit of how this shit is done in hip hop is usually done from the scale of like, like the person selling bootleg DVDs or CDs out of the back of a trunk, where like it's very hand to hand, and like you can get away with it. But like, this is a promotional power that the level of scale that's operating on in terms of visibility and money. You're courting.
So these are like slides. Slides on like an actual guitar bass.
So let that be said as well. Like that's kicking beyond the coverage, I would say. So at this point, Triple K,
sounds super glitchy.
All right, is real, and we know about the support ASE, support Fourth Row, AW Dynamite. I mean, and that's another thing, right? That's another thing.
I might pull that closer, but
there is a real kind of crazy level.
Listen to it in context. I'll put that shit over here.
Like it's like Crips and Bloods out here on the internet, like with WWE versus AEW. The AEW obviously being a more sort of indie grassroots, even though they're funded by billionaires who loves wrestling, loves indie wrestling. So there's an indie versus corporate dynamic at play, and people
it
are
sounds
lining
super
up on
retarded.
both
It
sides,
sounds good, but it sounds like I made it too
and
complicated.
trying to kill each other over some shit that don't.
For sure, I want the feels. Probably not a good idea in the verse to go that crazy that quickly. I want to take this out, but I fucking like it. That's the problem.
U.S. General, only at Lower For you uncontrolled nasal polyp sufferers, Pixin is an athlete that invites you to go beyond. Pixin goes beyond your nasal polyps by helping block a key source of underlying inflammation that can cause them. It shrinks nasal polyps and can help you breathe better with less congestion, so you can go beyond too. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat trouble, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away if signs of inflamed blood vessels like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, brown or dark colored urine, tingling, or numbness in limbs. Tell your doctor if you are worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection or asthma. Don't change your stop without talking to your doctor. Go beyond and do more with less nasal polyps. Ask your doctor about Pixar.
That was a pretty short wait.
Yeah, we're using.
I wonder if I try to command it to slide, if it'll slide differently.
With features like that.
Yeah, so I can fix issues in the background
super
without
low
disrupting the end user.
So I'm gonna copy that. I'll put this guy right here.
Does that mean? Yep. You're going back to your happy place.
And I'm gonna undo it. I'm gonna stack this note on top of the C because I want it on that note.
So that seems to be at play to some
And
degree.
the bass,
here too.
the thing is we're in double time, but the bass sounds
WWE
kind of
corporate
stiff.
is getting
So
out of
like,
control.
if I had a
WWE
shitload of time, I would
like-
probably do something
So
like
owned by the McMahon family. for
Control
years.
Shift, and then nudge that.
Vince can't
Fuck, I
keep
fucked
his
that up
nasty
early.
old greasy dick in his pants. So
How fucked up is
he
that
got
now?
kicked
I
off
don't know. I
the
can
board
undo though.
after
Right?
this is years after they've done
Control
public.
Shift undo.
With his scandals, they couldn't keep him around. He still had a majority stake of stock though,
So I'm gonna
he
zoom
wanted
in
to organize a sale so he could get paid.
and I'm gonna just hold Alt.
So
and
they
slide
partnered
that
with a
up.
company
What
called
the fuck is
Endeavor,
Alt doing? They changed the
and now
color
they're
of the
under
note.
this
Alright.
corporate
I gotta hold the other Alt, I guess.
umbrella called TKO.
So,
And you know,
do that shit.
WWE was a publicly traded
so
company.
what I
but
want
they
to do
were
is I'm
only
gonna hold
corporate
Alt.
in as much
I'm
as
gonna fuck Control.
they were
I'm
a
gonna hold
company
Control. I
themselves,
wanna
right?
hit
Even though they
these
had
guys.
different media endeavors
Control
and
and
stuff that they
Shift
were
is
trying
what
to
it
do,
is, right? Yeah.
it was
Shit.
just them siloed in a corporation all their
These
own.
guys.
Now they're
Move over
under
here. Hit these guys.
a larger corporate umbrella.
And then hold
So
Control and
everything
Shift.
about
And then I should be able to
WWE
make them a
becomes
little
more
bit
corporate
late.
from the top all the
That'll
way
also
down.
help if you have
And part of
phasing
what's
with the
happening
kick
with this
and it
West
sounds
Side
like some
Gun
808s hit harder
as
than
well
others is
is
because
that it's
there's like a
becoming part of this
waveform
discourse around
and
corporate WWE.
your waveform matches that waveform, so you can reverse the polarity in order to make it so they don't overlap, reducing the sound. Because if two waveforms overlap, it'll mute. So you can reverse polarity or you can nudge these things. A lot of people sidechain. I think it's retarded to sidechain at 808 because the 808 is mostly transient. Dead Mouse feels the same way. Yeah, that sounds way better than me.
Wherever they can.
Yeah.
They put various ads on the ring post, on the tables that they crush and they suplex and pile drive people through.
And so
they put
if
Slim
you
Jim
can see right
logos all over
here,
the
the automation we made earlier is not right there. So at those last two
hydration
bars, it's going to
station
jump
by the
into
side of the
the
ring.
knockoff
No
roast
reason
meat
at
thing
all.
and make it go.
It all looks very cluttered. It all looks
We're going to bring
very
back.
green, and green seems to
I
be
don't know,
the
we'll see
flavor
what's
of
up, what's
right
up
now
with
with
this guy.
WWE. Their ticket prices have gone up hundreds of percent
Well, pattern, right?
since,
Pattern 7 so retarded.
Since they've become corporate, or more corporate, I should say,
Yeah.
where at
So,
every turn they're looking to maximize every dollar that they can squeeze out of people. Where like
right here, we're
people
going to
can't
bring
even
back that
afford to really
fucking,
take their
it's like a
families
drone,
out
but it's really
to
just a synth.
WWE right now, because a ticket that used to cost $40 now costs $200. So like now,
I need
if
to
you're
move
looking
this.
to take
There
your
we
family
go.
to
Oh my
WWE, you
god,
pay
that helps so
$1,000.
much.
And that's the bad seats, let
I
alone the
never
good
use
ones.
FL
Like
Studio
you
anymore.
said, or like it was shown where
Right here,
West
we'll
Side
put
Gun
this
paid
here,
$5
we'll
grand for
put this here.
his front row seat, and I've heard
We'll put 9 right
tickets
here.
for some events going even
I'll
crazier than
make
that.
that
Like
like that.
WrestleMania
We'll put this like
front row
that.
tickets are said to be
That's
5
cool.
digits now.
What else can
It's
we
getting
add?
really bad. They're pricing out a lot of consumers, like real wrestling supporters, a lot of working class people, and they're sort of catering more towards the people who can really afford to pay the most. They've also said that next year's WrestleMania, I think next year's WrestleMania is in Las Vegas, but the WrestleMania after that is in Saudi Arabia, because Saudi Arabia is paying the most money, and there's a lot of people who have ethical concerns about the business that they do in Saudi Arabia, and stop calling me. And are being confronted with reasons to stop supporting this product. WWE's intertwining with the Republican Party, Trump, is giving a lot of people a lot of reasons to stop fucking with this product. what's happening right now with Westside Gunn, right? Like now you're getting into hip hop fans.
Alright,
Like people
other
really
drums
fuck
we
with
need
Westside
is a
Gunn.
snare and a crash. I
fuck with
totally forgot
wrestling,
that I have no
are
snare and
seeing how this
crash.
corporation
So,
is treating this guy who obviously loves the
snare
product
crash, open hat.
and is
I don't know.
giving
Probably
us
some percussion.
another reason to consider should we
That
keep
shit
fucking
loops.
with
You
this.
can turn that off by clicking use lose midpoint.
Pastel.
It's engaged right now. I
It
like
cost
it,
me
dude. If that
$1,200
shit
to go to
matches the
WrestleMania
BPM, that'd be
Vegas,
sick.
$1,200 to go to
I'm gonna
WrestleMania
see if that
Vegas
sounds
night
like
one.
if I just draw the
Ended
note
up
out.
giving the tickets to a homie for cheap. Was in the bleachers. Went to AW All In for $450 and sat behind Westside. It was probably second row. So yeah, there's a difference in price.
That works perfectly.
in
Alright,
consumer
I
that
guess
each
it's
product
time
seems
stretch to work with that shit.
cater
So
to.
I'm gonna use that shit like right
Yeah,
here.
what if Saudi Arabia
And
has
I'll
ethical concerns about WWE? I don't understand that
I'll
question.
take out the hi-hat. Let's see what this sounds like.
Yeah, Vince is definitely a sex predator and sex pest. Like I stopped watching for a while behind him and Hogan and all that. When Vince got kicked out when I started watching. But again, like they're putting me in a position where I'm having to evaluate whether or not I can continue to enjoy this product. With these sorts of choices,
I can do the chorus again, or I could just jump back into the verse.
Let's see. And
It
then
builds
this is
up.
a long
It
post
doesn't go
that
anywhere,
Westside
but
Gunn
it
wrote.
builds
For years,
up.
I
So
mean,
that's kind of
nobody
cool.
with 2 feet has spent the amount
I
of money
could,
I have supporting and pushing a brand I love since I could remember. I sat front row at every big
I don't
show.
know, you get the
literally all
idea.
good times it brought to
This
my
is
life
like
to the
really
point where I started making
uninspired
music. I
and
incorporated
super
it,
fucking
everything like
generic.
Wu-Tang did
So I don't
karate.
really
I
necessarily
made
feel like
people who
finishing
hated the
the
product
shit.
watch it again. I made it
But
look cool when at time people thought it was
I don't
dirty.
know. From here, you can just fuck around and do whatever. You can build it out if you want. Take time. You can layer more shit on the chords. You can pull shit out. You can make it sound different. Like a really good way to do that is to find a section, like a section where it's all of them, and you just go control. You grab everything. You go copy, and then you just fill up the space, and then you pull shit out. So I have this shit like this right now. And then from here, I'd go in and I'd fuck with shit. Maybe add automation, fuck with the effects, just the typical shit.
And everybody knows how hard I work coming from Buffalo for me to kick that threat for just supporting being a real fan. Hurt me, but I stayed quiet and still like a crazy man sat front row because I love the culture. See, like, and that's
there you
the
go.
feeling, right?
I
Like
reverse
you
it,
love
time stretch it.
something like this, and you keep getting evidence that it don't love you back. That's a rough spot to be in.
That's a bad
That's
example.
a rough fucking spot to be in
let's go with crash.
psychologically
Do we
and
have
emotionally.
crashes?
Where like
I like that
Westside
pitch
Gunn
bend
is a
one. That's
very
cool.
successful independent rapper
Oh,
who can do a lot of
Vox.
shit.
Yeah, fuck
with
the
his
Vox.
name. He can do a lot of shit with his name. The fact that he's choosing to spend it supporting this corporation who continue to show him over and over again that they don't give a fuck whether he lives or dies. I can certainly understand how fucking bad that feels.
Put it in the 15
Yeah,
slot.
even
15
just
slot.
went
I'm gonna
viral
go
for
fuck
spending. He
it.
spent $50,000 on
I don't know what
WrestleMania
this
suits.
is. This
I think
looks
that was
interesting.
last year. He bought 2 suites for
That's a
24
granny
grand
letter.
each.
That sounds
I
dope.
tried to have a
And then
conversation with
fucking
one
reverb
individual
and
because
delay.
it's causing all of these unnecessary cases. And to be honest, he hates seeing a young black successful entrepreneur that could afford those seats and have to watch those chains dance across the screen to the point Monday Night Raw starts at 8 p.m. and he was kicked out by 8:03 after spending $5,000 for a C-plus travel hotel in his own city for absolutely nothing. No lie, the kid in me heart broke that day. I put the billboard up, the $1 Million Man billboard up, which he loves. Oh, that's another issue, right? Like Ted DiBiase, the man, might love that. Fuck, man, all this copyright shit, it makes it complicated. Which he loves, and I wanted to push him into culture because he deserves it and show Virgil love for the culture. And he got a letter saying blah, blah, blah. So I said, you know what, I'm going to show love to the people who show love to me from now on. So you don't have to worry about me pushing that product over there. And it's sad because I still love them, but I have my own company. That's his own wrestling company, Fourth Row. And yeah, we're the underdogs, but we love this shit. It's not about money. We're going to keep pushing culture, and I'm honored to have Josh Bishop on the trilogy cover because he deserves it. So he's put one of his wrestlers on the cover of Heels Have Eyes 3.
Alright, let's go.
There's still more I would like to know about this.
Right here, man.
It doesn't seem to be information that's available.
Why does it jump to that?
To find out about this whole thing about him being kicked out. It's just really weird. It's just really weird. It's really weird and aggressively whack. And you hate to see it, like you know, corporations generations shit in people's heart that love them all the time. And WWE is at, I mean, I want to say they're at a crossroads. They're beyond the crossroads because they've chosen corporate, and that's the money that they're chasing until they chase all the fucking fans away. Like that's what's ultimately going to come down to. And it's like, it's another situation where where it used to be very important to have good relationships with fans because the lifeblood, the revenue was the money that fans paid coming through the door. Like, that's not where they really get their money. They get their money from TV. And the TV companies but it's not as important as it has been historically to keep people happy keeping this an affordable and happy experience for people. You know, because the money's coming from television products, it's coming from foreign governments or entire cities now are competing with bids. At that point, their relationship that they're trying to foster are more with the cities or more with these other countries' governments or more with the television networks than they are with the fans. And it really fucking sucks because the wrestling business, the wrestling product, any other product that I know about is really about fans in the crowd. Like, I've seen empty arena matches in the 80s. There were empty arena matches during COVID where they had to put people on LED screens to make it seem like there was a crowd.
I think I just struck it out by putting too much shit on my computer.
The product when there's no people, it completely fucks it up.
It struck out.
And WWE. But that's all about that for now. Let's more information on this stuff. And for those who don't know, this is subscribe, friend. It's free. Stop playing.
Airwick's vibrant fragrances are infused with 2 times more essential oils. The advanced plug-in with the boost button and anti-fade technology can keep your home always inviting.
I never
for
used
up to
FL.
70 days.
I used to use FL all the time. It used to be the only thing I fucking used because I was super poor. And you could bootleg FL Studio. Yeah, they had this shit called R2R. And that meant you did not pay for the shit. So I spent a lot of time on my friend's shit. And he had R2R version of FL.
Hey everybody, I'm Rick Beato. Recently I had the honor of sitting down with a true legend in rock music.
To make those
If you've
transitions
ever heard
better.
the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, The Who, Eagles, or Eric Clapton, then you've heard his work. Glenn Johns is one of the most important engineers and producers in music history. He didn't just capture performances, he helped shape the very
I'm
sound
trying to
of
find
rock.
just a crash.
The
Motherfuckers
recording
do not use
techniques
crash
that he
symbols
pioneered
anymore.
and the albums he
That
worked
shit
on
went the way
are
of the
still
buffalo.
considered benchmarks today.
See this?
Before
That's
we
just
get
a
started,
crash. It's
make sure you
reversed.
hit the subscribe button. Here's my interview.
Glenn, welcome.
Oh, welcome to you.
Thank you for inviting me.
That's okay.
You've worked on so many important
Turn
records.
it
I
down.
wanted to interview you for forever, working with the Beatles, Let It Be sessions or the Get Back sessions. Did you know them previously?
John and Paul came and sang back up on the Stones session.
I'm gonna
That's how
take
I
this
met
guy
them,
and
I
I'm
was
just gonna
15
reverse
years
him.
old.
There we
Barely
go.
college
I'm
makes
gonna
it,
fuck with the
which is
stereo.
fine. The
A little
call
bit.
from Paul
I
to
don't think you don't have access to certain options to put a delay on
proceed
that
with the
guy.
idea he had.
But just the power of a fucking crash on the one. It brings everything together. You go, a lot of people would put it like every blah. I like to be more sparingly with them. I like to use them like half as much as most people would use them because I feel like they're impactful.
What was it like
That way.
working on that session? Was it,
It's pretty impactful
Interesting.
to me.
I
I
was
don't know.
obviously like
Something about that frequency, I just like that shit. I like hi-hats, I like open hats. And then I'll probably get stupid with the fucking cutter and adding effects.
unperformed
You got a
music.
shaper box in there to do something. Destructoid.
And so
Alright, what the fuck
the
is
film
this?
that
It's
came
probably a
out
couple
of
dope
was
presets.
just a documentary of how we were going to prepare for that show. And then the last show
So what I would do is I would take that guy and I go.
the rest of the band didn't really
Create
get the
automation
idea.
clip.
It was a
A lot of
bit
automation clips.
far-fetched. It would have been really interesting. I don't think anyone has
fuck,
made
that's
a
so much
live
better.
album of all new songs, and not in the pop music. And so we would stumbling around trying to
It would
make
be cool to
something
do
out of
this.
what we got so far. It was okay. I mean, I was retained as the engineer. There was no producer. George Martin attended on the odd days for a while, and facilitated the equipment when we moved to office studio in Savile Row. And it became apparent as the sessions went on that I was required to play a little bit more of a role than just the engineer, which of course I was happy to do. But it was only a few days out of my life. Frankly, interesting. I was busy, and I finished that after it was only a couple of weeks. I think 3 weeks at the most. And then they called me back in to start Abbey Road. I started this odd sessions, and then I went off to America to do something. They very sensibly decided to go.
I don't even know what the fuck this is, man. This looks like literally. Okay, it's a granulizer. I like granulizers. I think they're cool.
It ended up much better.
And nothing's happening. Alright.
Did you watch the Get Back documentary at all or not?
I have watched it, yeah. It's too long. I think
Just
Peter
fucking
did
with
a brilliant
settings.
job, I have to say. The original
Flagging
version
strings.
of the film was
Yeah,
awful,
go.
depressing.
Alright. It's not
and
working.
very
Let's
misleading.
try.
Okay.
What Peter did was turn it around into what my memory of it wasn't.
I like Love Filter. It has one setting in this bitch. That's like
Alright, so George Harrison left
everybody
the band
used that.
for a
In
couple of
2008, everybody was doing this.
To me, I mean, people have arguments. I remember very clearly sitting when there was a bit of a disagreement happening on the soundstage at Twickenham, and I got everyone, all the crew, and we went outside to give them Bruce a run basically, and with Dennis O'Dell, who was the producer of the documentary, and he turned to me and said, I wish all these years to do this, and we only get 5 minutes and it's all over. And I went, oh, there you go, you win some, you lose some. And of course, within a couple of days, it had all been resolved. I think I really enjoyed the film. They had a great story, a great sense of humour.
Alright, we should do a snare. I can't believe